Every time I used to be upset or mad, I would go play basketball. And it was like my only joy at the time. So I fell in love with the game.
For Glen Davis, basketball provided an escape from a troubled childhood. His mother, Tanya, has battled drug addiction for most of Glen's life. When he was just 7 years old, she began disappearing for days at a time, leaving Glen alone with his two sisters.
I just had to step into a role where I had to kind of grow up, fast. The most difficult part was not having my mother. Not to have her there really put a strain on my heart, and I think there was a point in my time where I felt like, man, I can't take it anymore.
Glen and his sisters were shuttled in and out of foster homes and shelters before the state sent them to live with their grandmother. The gym became his refuge.
I saw this fat kid warming up. We played him, and he went to work on us.
Collis Temple Jr. was coaching a youth team when he first encountered a 9-year-old Glen.
Before the game was over, we had about 5 guys trying to guard Glen, and he stayed around that basket. He kept spinning and whirling, and he was a real challenge for us to play.
Temple, who was the first African-American basketball player in LSU history, became a mentor to Davis. When he was 11 years old, Glen moved in with the Temple family.
He came in an important part in my life, especially a time in my life where I needed a father figure to lean on. I call him my angel, without him, putting me in the right direction, it'd have been tough for me. He made me see the other side of life, family-oriented, Christmas time, presents, and making up your bed, and eating at the table for dinner, doing your homework. When I was introduced to it, I was like, wow, this is the way I want to live. This is the way I want to spend the rest of my life.
Glen's life was more stable, and his game improved as he entered high school. In 2000, Temple introduced Davis to his idol, Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm just amazed. I'm like, oh my God, it's Jack.
We're out there having a good time, and he starts talking trash. So I said, okay, I got to put the young guy in his place.
He's like, go inside. I want to wrestle you. I'm like, dude, you gonna wrestle me? Why are you gonna wrestle me? I'm only like 15, 14, you gonna wrestle me?
He's like a little tree stump. So I tried to get him in one of them UFC moves, and he did like a football reversal spin move on me and picked me up and threw me down.
And so I'm laying on top of him, and I'm like pinning him down, and I done slammed him already. I'm just like on top of him, and he's like, okay, I give up. And I was like, wow, I'm pretty strong.
I was like, you know what? Hey, this kid is for real.
Davis followed in Shaq's footsteps at LSU, where during his sophomore season, he led the SEC in both points and rebounds, the first conference player since Shaq to do so. While Davis thrived, his mother's troubles continued. In January of 2006, she was arrested for cocaine possession and prostitution. Despite her legal issues, 2 months after her arrest, Tanya was there to see her son lead LSU to the NCAA Final Four.
My mama right here, y'all! My mama! Get it up, baby!
In spite of her addiction, she wanted to be there. I'm a mama's boy. I love my mother to death. What has happened has happened. She's always told me to look at things positive. She's always told me to enjoy the game and have fun. And that's what I love to do. But I love entertaining people, So I love putting a smile on people's faces, and I just think, my mom for, giving me that trait of hers.